If you're a brand or facilities leader, you know the feeling, right? You've got this amazing branding project, but it's held hostage by a slow, disruptive installation process. Well, today, we're sharing the expert's playbook for getting high-impact branding on your walls fast, and without all those operational headaches. Think of this as your masterclass in speed and strategy. So, picture this. You've got a new office, a campus refresh, or a big national retail rollout. That deadline? It's set in stone. The biggest risk you're facing isn't your design, it's your execution speed. Delays, disruptions, and quality problems from old-school methods can seriously turn your vision into a total logistical nightmare. So to solve this, we've laid out a really clear path. We're going to start by defining the modern branding challenge. Then we'll give you an expert evaluation checklist. After that, we'll put the solutions head-to-head, really dig into the direct-to-wall advantage, and leave you with a strategic playbook you can put to use right away. All right, let's kick things off with the core challenge. Because in today's commercial world, the pressure is, well, it's immense. And here's the central issue. The pace of business has just exploded. Like the slide says, speed isn't a luxury anymore, it's a core requirement. With shorter leasing cycles and schedules that are packed to the gills, there is just no room for a branding installation that takes weeks and shuts down your entire space. And this leads to those pressure points we've all felt. Timelines get bloated by all the handoffs between vendors. Vinyl, which is supposed to be the quick fix, inevitably starts to peel and bubble at the seams. Hand-painted murals look amazing, but they create days of disruption. And that so-called quick wallpaper job, yeah, it's almost never quick. So how do we break this cycle? We need a framework. This isn't just about picking a vendor. It's about making a really strategic evaluation. Let's walk through the expert's checklist for making the right call. First things first. Schedule and disruption. The key here is to demand certainty. Don't settle for vague estimates. Ask for measurable on-site time, down to the hour. Make sure they can work nights or weekends to protect your operations. And you need to verify that they can do it with minimal noise, dust, and prep. These should be your absolute non-negotiables. Next up, quality and durability. Look, fast can never, ever mean flimsy. You need sharp, high-resolution graphics that feel like they're truly part of the architecture. And pay really close attention to this point about seam-free execution. Why? Because seams are the #1 failure point for vinyl. A truly durable solution has to withstand high traffic and regular cleaning without any of that peeling or bubbling. And finally, you gotta think like an enterprise leader about scalability and the total lifecycle cost. Can you repeat this process flawlessly across 100 different locations? And what's the real cost of making changes down the line? A paint-over-ready solution saves an enormous amount of time and money compared to ripping off old vinyl and then having to repair the walls. Okay, now that we have our expert criteria locked in, let's move to a direct comparison. This is where the data makes things really, really clear. We're going to look at the total project timeline from the moment the design is approved to the moment your space is actually back in business. Now, this slide reveals the hidden timeline killers. Just look at that middle column, fabrication and shipping. With vinyl or fabricated panels, you can lose anywhere from 17 to 40 days. That's more than a month before a single person even steps on site. Direct-to-wall printing completely eliminates that step. Production happens on your wall in just a matter of hours. It fundamentally collapses the entire timeline. And this brings us to the modern solution that meets all of our criteria. Let's break down the direct-to-wall advantage, which is all about getting that speed without ever compromising on quality or durability. So what is it exactly? Well, it's actually pretty simple and totally ingenious. A specialized, compact printer is brought right to your location. It travels vertically across the wall, precisely printing the digital artwork directly onto the surface. No adhesives, no panels, and absolutely no seams. And the result is this game-changing number. An entire zone, think a feature wall, a corridor, a lobby, can often be completed in under 5 hours. That means you can pull off a branding update overnight or on a weekend with zero disruption to your daily operations. It's incredible. Now let's talk about the long run, the life cycle. This slide basically shows a tale of two futures. On the left, with vinyl, you're just fighting this losing battle against peeling edges, dirty seams, and costly wall damage when you have to remove it. But on the right, with direct-to-wall, the graphic is literally part of the building. It's durable, it's cleanable, and when it's time for a change, you just paint right over it. It's that simple. So let's just recap the advantages here. You get architectural quality that feels totally integrated, not just stuck on. You have compatibility with almost any surface you can think of, from smooth drywall to rough brick. You make change management way simpler for your maintenance teams. And maybe most importantly, you dramatically reduce project risk by completely eliminating shipping damage and mismeasured panels. Okay, so knowing the solution is one thing, actually implementing it is another. So let's finish up with an actionable playbook, a step-by-step guide to make sure your next branding rollout is a huge strategic success. This is your strategic roadmap. It all starts with strategy, of course. Define your objectives and audit your spaces. Then set your technical benchmarks and use those lifecycle metrics we talked about to compare solutions. Now, here's a crucial step that a lot of people miss. Pilot the process in one high-traffic zone. You gotta validate it before you scale. And finally, choose a partner with proven enterprise experience who can guarantee consistency across your entire portfolio. And that brings us to the final and most crucial question. Is your wall branding a strategic asset, or is it just a logistical headache? Is it a communication tool you can update with speed and precision, or is it a future full of peeling vinyl and operational disruption? The good news is the technology and the strategy now exist to make sure it's the former.